What's going on YouTube? Rabe here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Fanstoys FT05 Iron Dinobots number 2 SOAR. This is of course their take on Masterpiece Swoop, and interesting to note, Scoria is Iron D-Bots. So they actually went straight ahead and just put Dinobots right on the package now. So that's interesting. Very nice artwork going on here. I believe this is a Unicron WMD joint. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. But flipping the toy over, very nice glossy box. You can see SOAR in his dinosaur mode there, and on the back we have some images of the figure with some of the different options you've got going on here. So you can see dino mode, robot mode, and storage of the sword on the back. We've got the switching out of the beak pieces, which I'll show you guys later, and we've got a little bio here. SOAR is a great warrior in flight and an experienced pilot with outstanding motor ability. He has the ability to fly at over 250 miles per hour and is armed with air-to-air missile launchers under each wing. He loves seeing his enemies break and run when he launches an aerial attack. Each missile explosion is the equivalent of 5,000 pounds of TNT, and SOAR can cast them with extremely high precision within an 8-mile range. He can also use these missiles with great precision in robot mode. SOAR also has a flaming sword of 4,000 degrees he uses to dismember many enemies. Okay. So yeah, Fanstoys did a great job with Scoria, great job with the other guy they did, and I've heard really cool things about this guy too, so I'm very excited to have him finally. I was able to see him in person at New York Comic Con. Didn't get to handle him though, but now he's all mine, so I will see you guys in just a moment. Okay guys, so here we have Fanstoys SOAR, and he does come with some accessories, and we'll go over those really quickly here. Well, first of all, he comes with the instruction manual, of course. We are all familiar with these. I don't know if he comes with a collector card. I didn't get one, so I don't know if he's supposed to. So your mileage may vary on that. But as you can see, he is pretty dang snazzy, and I apologize that I'm not going to be able to get a perfect angle on this. My tripod is just kind of short, but you can see what's going on here. He is a lovely Pteranodon, looking really snazzy and pretty amazing. He also does come with this fancy stand here. You can see a nice big, really big stand, and just to give you an idea of how big the stand is, we'll take our Grimlock here, good old MP08. We'll stand him up. There you go. So yeah, really tall, really cool, very nice and solid and sturdy on this stand. So without further ado, I'm going to pull him off of here and just kind of show him off without the stand for now, just to kind of make my life a little bit easier. There we go. Focus up. As you can see, he is very large, really heavy. He's got so much die cast just lumped right into this middle section here of his body, especially in this mode. Like, it gets spread out more in robot mode, but basically he's got his entire chest is die cast, his upper shoulders are die cast. I'm just feeling for cold parts. His entire lower legs are all die cast, and there is more in there as well, but I just can't quite pick it out. But as you can see, legs stay on nice and tight if they're, transformed up properly. He's got some articulation in Pteranodon mode here. His head can go very stiffly, can go up about that far, and down as well. There we go. His head can also go side to side, and the the Pteranodon head itself can also go back and forth like that. The mouth can open and shut, and is in fact ratcheted. So pretty cool. The wings can flap out a little bit, like so. They are all kinds of posable. They have double joints at each section, and you can see they're all nicely chromed here. Very cool. And he's got his missile launchers, which are very nice. They don't actually fire. These are all just molded in. Well, not molded in. They're separate pieces, it looks like, but they're all just solid. They're static. You can flip this little bit out to give him handheld weapons, if you so desire. But you can keep these pegs out and just stick them in his wings, like so. We're just going to pull these off and put them to the side, just to make our lives a little easier for right now. He does have articulated Pteranodon legs as well, and he does. So these clips have been a matter of some contention. These are little clips. They hold his legs. They don't really hold anything together, honestly. They're not load-bearing clips by any stretch, but that you do pop them out just like that. You can see there are 3 little pegs in there, and they line up with this, and this peg in robot mode, and in Dino mode they just kind of hang right there. Mine, because they are chromed on all different sides, they don't peg in fully. I mean, I can force it, but I am afraid to force it. And you don't want to pull it by this topmost part because it'll snap, unfortunately. These are just plastic pieces. And on this side is even worse, because this side is actually very, very tight due to the, I'm guessing paint. I'm guessing it's paint stuck. But it's very hard to move, so I just kind of leave these just kind of hanging out. They don't clip in fully, and I don't force them, but they look fine. They honestly do look fine. You don't really notice because they do sit pretty flat, even if they're not, you know, sitting in the little indentation. So they do look just fine. But he does have little bird feet. You can move them back and forth. You know, do whatever you want, sort of, kind of. They can even swivel, which is kind of nutty. They're a little squeaky, but it's fine. This is not a joint I can imagine anybody's going to be really using, so it's really not a problem. He does have claws. These claws, I believe, are also die-cast. Yeah, these claws are die-cast as well. Little back claws, and a little tail back here. So very, very cool. And we'll give you a close-up of his head. Chromed eyes, all the goods. I added that Autobot symbol myself. It's mostly straight. It's just the slightest bit crooked. So, you know, if Fanstoys ends up selling these beak pieces separately, I will probably get a couple more just to mess around with the Autobot symbols until I get it perfectly straight. Also, I do have a little blob of chrome on this side. It's really not that noticeable in the grand scheme of things, but it is there. And so, putting SOAR just aside here, and actually, since this is a question that has been asked a few times, I figure we'll just get it over and done with. Wingspan of SOAR is, let's get it, from wingtip to wingtip, about 18.5 inches, or about 47 centimeters. So there you go. Pretty impressive wingspan. He and Feral Rex Talon can have awesome dogfights. So you do get some accessories with this guy. First up, you get this clear beak piece. It is very easy to to remove the beak, which I actually did to put the Autobot symbol on, hoping that it would lead to more straight placement. But there's just three little tiny screws in there. You just pull those right out and pop the beak right off. The eyes are a separate piece that are in there, so you just pop those inside here. And the inside of the mouth being red will show through this clear beak piece and make it look like, you know, more like the old toy. That does not do anything for me. I am not using this piece at all. So, yeah, that's going right back in the box. You also get an entire second set of wings. So a lot of people were complaining that this guy is smaller than Scoria, but is about the same price. And the reason for that is, A, you get this huge stand, which is awesome, beautiful, and you get an entire second set of wings. So for those of you that don't want all this chrome, you do get a second complete set of non-chromed, just silver painted wings. And these wings are really, really nice. I really do like these. I'm going to stick with the chrome because I feel it matches better with the other Dinobots, the other guys. But these wings are actually really nice. They did a great job with them, and yeah, really, really cool. So you do get those, and it's very easy to switch them out, except I'm incapable of folding these apparently. You just flip them over like that. It's very easy to switch them out. You just remove these screws from the back, pop the piece off, and you just switch them out, just like that. See? Very, very simple. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So, very, very nice Dino mode. Okay guys, so transforming SOAR into robot mode really is not that complicated. It just takes a little bit of patience, and we're going to get that done right now. And what we want to do first is tackle these guys, his little feeties. So what we're going to do here is first we're just going to flip up the backs of the robot feet, or his little dino toes, just like that. Then we want to take these little flaps back here, and these are really just to fill in the gap behind his legs. All right, let me adjust the camera just a little bit so I can get better grip on things. So what you want to do is take these little flaps, and we're actually gonna bend these bits forward, okay, like so, kind of bringing his feet up here. Alright, and then we're just going to take the flaps and put them up and back there. So I want to take these and just flip them up and back like so. Now, we're just going to kind of fold these up like so. I know it's not the prettiest thing ever. We're going to pull these bits down, and then everything is going to just come up, and you can see it's all going to line up just like that. Alright, so we'll do it on the other side as well. Just want to kind of get this detached here. We don't have to unfold the legs yet, but we want to unfold the thighs is what we're doing. So just like that, get this out of the way, push it up and in, make sure everything lines up nicey nice like so. Let's fold these up and out of the way just to give us some clearance so you can see what's going on. And this is where these little scary gold bits come into play. And these have to go in and plug in like so. And that locks all of that together, sort of, kind of. There you go. It just visually locks it together. It doesn't really do a whole heck of a lot to secure it. But what you can do then is, once you've got all that figured out, you want to take these little swinging bits and fold them down, and they are going to lock into the tops of the dino feet. Just want to pop them down just like that. And there's one on each side, so make sure they're down on either side. Just like so. just like so. And there you go. You've got his robot thighs. Alright. Now you can bring the legs completely down. And then come around back here. We're going to open the backs of the legs up, which can be fun in itself. There we go. And these are nice and ratcheted. So they're ratcheted, I believe, so that they sit, flat, so they don't bounce around when he's on the, when it's attached to his back or something. That's my guess. We want to flip up the dino tail, so just so we don't forget, just so we don't forget. We're going to bring the feet out. All right. We're going to get the back of the feet out like so, and then you can see they're on multiple hinges, the feet here. So you want to bring the feet forward, okay, kind of like so, and then bend it back here. So the foot should be sitting, basically you want the start of the angle here to match up with the start of the angle here. And easier is you want the back of the foot to line up with the back of the leg, like so. And that's how you correctly transform them feet. We'll do the same on the other side here. Hopefully, yeah, there we go. Some of these pieces are very, very tight. So, be careful of that. I'll just, there we go. Alright, and just scooch that forward. Okay. There we have legs. Hooray! And the rest is really, really a breeze. So, we're going to take the dino wings, we're going to position them back a bit to get them out of the way. We don't want any problems with these. And the cool part here is the chest transformation. Now he's back heavy because his wings are all back. So we're just going to take his arms, we're just going to pull them just like that. Waha! There you go. Simple, simple. And you can see the little hole, or a little peg right above the hole here. And that's going to match up with a little spot underneath his dino beak. So we're going to bring the dino neck all the way down, like so. Make sure it's all the way down so he's got a little hunch neck. There we go. Let's bend him forward. Now we're going to take these little red tabs on the side of the head, and if I can get it without using any instruments, I'll be super excited. There we go. There's one, and there's two. And you just want to bring those down, flip them in, and then peg the dino beak into place on his waist. Very cool. Alright, now we're going to grab his arm and pull that down. Do the same on the other side. That's going to extend the robot arms. And now here comes the fun part. So, his hands are in here. You just want to open this little door, and you got to swing the hands out. And this is where it can get a bit tricky, because these are very, very tight. Now, you can actually loosen this up a little bit by just loosening this screw by maybe, a quarter turn, or, just a tiny little bit. So we're going to try that right now, because I don't want to start digging at this thing on camera. There we go. Flip it right out. And we're just going to tighten that until that's solid. That's plenty good. Plenty good. And makes your life a whole lot easier. So you can do this without having, crazy thumbnails. There we go. So now we've got the arms and all that. You adjust the wings to your preference. I know survey says G1 wants it to go in and then up like so. And there you go. However you like it. It's your toy. Have it how you like it. Bottom line. I kind of like it down like this. I just like it's easier, first of all, and I think it gives them a little nicer profile. But your preference is the law for your toy, not mine. And there you go. There he is in robot mode. Very, very nice. Alright, so here we have SOAR in robot mode, and we can of course add the missile launchers back to him if we so desire now. There we go. Just pop those right back on. They sit in nice and snug, and you just want to bend the wings back a little bit just to kind of get them out of the way so that they're not, you know, rubbing the chrome off on the back of the figure, and just to give it a little bit more dynamic look as well. But I'm gonna do a close-up of the face real quick here. I just want to show something off. I know there's been some issue saying that the eyes are not any good because they're not chromed like they are on Scoria. They are painted on. And mine are absolutely fine. They're not washed out. They're not faded. They look nice and crisp, and I think they did a really good job there. So just wanted to show that specifically because I know it's been kind of an issue. But he's got all the articulation you could want. His head is on a ball joint. His neck goes down a fair bit. I can look up fairly decently. I love that crest on the back of his head. I just think that looks really fantastic. His arms, of course, go every which way you want. They are squeaky. I will not lie, they are squeaky. And I heard a comment about, somebody wanted to know why squeaky arms are bad. And it's not the sound that's the problem. The problem is when something squeaks and makes that kind of noise, it's because things are rubbing together and causing friction in a way that obviously they're not naturally meant to. Otherwise, it wouldn't make that horrendous sound. But on the other note, most of the time you're just posing these guys and kind of leaving them. And with Scoria, the arms were a problem because they were super loose. In this case, the problem is the arms are super, super tight. Like, you're not... I'm having to really, really force those arms. And that's kind of a bummer, I will say. I do wish Fanstoys would just put some ratchets in there, and then that would kind of alleviate the problem. They wouldn't have to, there's ratchets everywhere else on the figure, so I don't know why they don't just put ratchets in the arms. But, these are mysteries that I may not have the information for, But anyway, you can move the arms. They do go up and down. He's got the bicep swivel. He's got double hinged elbows, so really nice there. He does have wrist rotation. He's got the individually segmented fingers. So he's got, 2 joints in each finger, and every single one is like that. He's got, except for the thumb, it's just on a ball joint, but looks just fine. So, very, very cool. He does have a waist joint. It's just, it's hindered, of course, by the dinosaur beak, but it is there, so you can utilize that should you desire. He, of course, has the up and back waist, or not the waist, the hips can go back as well a little bit. His hips are a bit limited. You can see there's a cut right here. But they can go back that far. They do go out to the sides, and a little squeaky, but I think that doesn't sound like the same kind of squeak. It should work itself out. He does have the thigh swivel here. He does have very nice deep knee bends with some cool piston effects going on there. He's got nicely articulated feet with the hinge there as well. So I think some of this is just new toy squeak, and some of it, like the shoulders there, are a little bit just over tight. But, overall he's a super, super cool, super clean, very nicely done figure. And he, of course, comes with his laser sword, his Energon sword, and of course does light up. And for those of you wondering, these are the same exact batteries. I believe they're battery number 377 or LR626. So they are the same batteries that Scoria uses in his sword as well. We can just go ahead, stick that in his hand. It can be a little bit troublesome to get this into his hand correctly. It does take a little bit of finagling. You got to move the thumb out of the way. But once you get that down, it's a really nice tight fit. And I hope it doesn't give me a problem on camera, because I did this just fine before. There we go. So you just want to sit that in his hand, in his wrist, and get the fingers wrapped around it, and you've got his sword nice and secure in his hand. You can also store the sword in this little peg hole on the back. It's got a little peg right here, and it can fit right there on his back. Or you can stick the sword in the stand. I forgot to show that off. You can also attach him to the stand. You've got the little peg hole here and a little slot there. You can attach him to the stand in robot mode as well as dinosaur mode. It makes this incredibly tall. It's way too tall for a D-tall shelf. This guy's going to be, you know, probably a head above Warbotron's Bruticus, if that ever finishes. He'll probably be a head above that, but really, really nice figure. Another great addition to their Dinobots. And so quick size comparison, here he is with Scoria. And you can see these guys are looking pretty beast together. They really, really do look like part of a team. And I am super excited to get the rest of these guys going. So, yeah. another solid release from Fanstoys. I'm really excited about it. I'm really happy to have the next in the line. I cannot wait for Fanstoys to release their Grimlock figure. And I mean the rest of the Dinobots. The only problem is I am already running out of space on my shelves for these. I may have to get, you know, a separate shelf just for these guys. Because once you get the oh, the battery's dying in this. Oh, that's no good. Once you get these all together, I mean, there are just two of them now, and these guys combined with Grimlock take up a lot of space. I mean, a lot of space. But yeah, it's a super solid figure, super cool. They tried some things, some new things. It didn't necessarily work amazingly. I think I just stripped the gold off of his shin there, or off of his thigh, which is kind of a bummer, but that's all right. It is what it is. Oh, goodness. But, yeah, I'm honestly, I am really happy with this figure. Don't get me wrong. So, that is going to do it for this video, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. As always, be sure to stick around and subscribe for more. And in the meantime, thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Guys, I'm an idiot. All that, and I totally forgot to show off the alternate face. So there's an alternate face. Alright, so let's do this here. First of all, there, I don't know if you can see it. Boop, there's the gold that I flaked off of his thigh. But anyway, so here's his face. Hey-oh. And you can, of course, lift his head like so. Okay. Let me see if I can even get this down a little bit more. And just turn his face around. And then, there we go. Just make sure it's straight. And then set it back. And yeah. Now he is super excited to make your acquaintance. Very cool. So, really nice addition. They didn't have to do that, but I'm glad they did. It's fun, and I hope they do something equally cool with their other Dinobots. But I'm gonna stick with Solemn Face for now. But anyway, that's gonna really, truly, honestly, for sure do it. And thanks again. Bye.